felt like I was living two different lives. It was like mentally, I had already checked out of school. I got really clear on that vision. I started selling everything. Good morning, YouTube. Today is day 20 of Vlogmas. I cannot believe it. Only 5 days left. And I am getting ready to go to the gym right now. Just got into my gym clothes. It is a nice sunny day, which I am very happy about. And Addison is making us some orange juice. I'm gonna make the bed. And we are gonna get started with the day. So, I'll see you soon. Dun, dun, dun. Da, da, da. Yummy. Alright, hey guys, I am back from the gym. That was such an awesome workout, and I wish that I brought my camera with me to film it, but sometimes I just want to have a workout and like not have to worry about getting certain angles of my workout. I really need to touch base with Addison and kind of find like 1 or 2 days a week where he can film me, but not during a time that he would normally be working out, because we usually go to the gym every single morning except for Saturday and Sunday for me, and we work out at the same time, so obviously it's not ideal for him to like put his workout on hold and film mine. So we just need to come up with a strategy or schedule in order to make that work, because I know you guys like the workout footage. And I've also been talking with Addison about creating a weightlifting for beginners program for you guys. So that is currently in the making. Anyway, I want to announce the second winner of the Raw Alignment Holiday Giveaway. And if you guys haven't already tuned in to one of my videos where I talk about the giveaway, I am pretty much giving away a yoga mat by the company Clever Yoga and a yoga strap every single week of December. I'm really excited to be doing this because I think everybody could use a yoga mat in your life. Even if you have not yet started practicing yoga, you can use a yoga mat for stretching on the floor and just saving your backbone the pain of being on a hard floor. And they're even comfortable to sleep on. There are various ways that you can use a yoga mat without being like a yoga pro. So there are a couple of colors left, and the winner will be choosing the color that they would like. So there is a green one left, a purple one, and this blue one. And there are a couple yoga strap colors left too. So drum roll. The second winner of this giveaway, her name is Whitney Loveless. So congratulations, you have won a yoga mat and yoga strap by Clever Yoga. These are awesome quality products, and I'm just very, very happy that I'm able to give one to you, Whitney. So congratulations. I have already sent you an email, so keep your eye out for that email. And if you are watching this right now and you have not entered the giveaway, but you would like to enter the giveaway, just pop back over to my Vlogmas Day 1 video and tune in to figure out what the 3 things or 2 things that you need to do in order to enter the giveaway are. Okay, moving on to something new. So now I want to talk about something that is a little bit more on the serious side. I want to share my entire journey with you, the story of how I dropped out of college and moved to Hawaii. This is something that I haven't really gone into great detail in. If you've been following my channel since I dropped out of school, you've kind of seen how everything has played out, but I've never actually talked about it in a video before. And it's one of the most frequently asked questions that I get is, how did you do this? How did you drop out of school? How did you make everything work in Hawaii? And let me tell you, it's been quite a journey. So in high school, I was always a A and B student. I got really good grades. I loved studying. I loved paying attention in school and like writing out really neat notes. I was a pretty good student, but when I got to college, I didn't really have the same drive. I just didn't really enjoy school by the time that I got to college. So I tried my best. Freshman year, I actually drank a lot of coffee and started taking Adderall, something that I wasn't prescribed. That's a whole nother video in itself that I will probably share on my personal channel, and that really got me through freshman year of school. And then after that, I transferred down to a school in Georgia, which was a health-focused school, which felt like a step in the right direction. It felt like I was moving towards what I really wanted, and I started studying health coaching there. The school was called Life University. It was a really great place. The teachers were definitely aligning their actions more with their beliefs and what they were talking about and teaching more than the previous school that I went to, which was Eastern Connecticut State University. So I went down there and I just still didn't really feel a love for school. I wasn't excited to go to my classes. I had a really hard time paying attention. It was about that time that I created Raw Alignment as well. So I created this online business. I got my website up and going. Behind the scenes, like when I wasn't doing schoolwork, I was working on my business, putting together health programs, starting my YouTube channel, and this was about 2 years ago. Actually, exactly 2 years ago. I went through a full year of school while working on Raw Alignment, while creating everything and really getting clear on what my vision was and what I wanted Raw Alignment to become and where I wanted to live and what I really wanted to be doing in life. I got really clear on that vision, and it just wasn't lining up with what I was doing at that time, which was still attending school. I started to kind of slack off more and more. I started taking less classes at a time, and I wasn't fully present in those classes because I was just so focused on Raw Alignment. Like, what type of Instagram caption did I want to do? Editing Instagram captions, answering emails for people who I wanted to start coaching. I just felt like I was living two different lives. As time went on, I started to think more and more about dropping out of school. I thought, you know, I'm pretty clear on what I want. I'm pretty sure that I can make this happen. I've always been a really driven person, and when I want to do something, I set my mind to it and I usually achieve it. And I just knew that this was a similar thing. I really believed in myself that I could create this dream life for myself. All these things that I would daydream about and actually dream about too, I knew that I could make that happen. But being in school was definitely counterproductive to making that dream a reality. As time went on, I kept thinking about this. I brought it up to my parents a few times, but the idea was shot down immediately because I was always expected to graduate with a college degree, and then that would be the foundation for my life, and I needed that in order to be successful. Those were the things that were put in my mind as I was growing up. Throughout that last year before I dropped out of school, I was sharing my ideas with everybody, my friends, my family members, my teachers at school, mentors, peers, everybody. I just kept vocalizing what I wanted to create in life, and some people did think I was crazy, but there were also a lot of people who supported me and wanted me to be happy, and they kind of nudged me in the direction that I ended up going and said, like, try it out, and if it doesn't work, you can always come back to school. So I started becoming like more and more determined, and then I attended the Woodstock Fruit Festival in 2015. I spoke with a friend of mine, and they really gave me some words of affirmation that I needed in order to kind of like go the final way. They gave me that extra push. I want to share those words with you because still to this day, they really help me make decisions in my life when I'm kind of at a point of confusion. What my friend told me was that I don't need the approval of anybody in order to do something. And now I know that's different if you are a minor. If you're under a certain age, then that's kind of where things get a little tricky. But I was 20 years old, 21. They just told me I don't need the approval of my parents. I don't need the approval of my friends in order to go through and pursue what I really want to do. And it was at the point where it was my happiness was at stake and my health was at stake because I wasn't moving forward with what I wanted to do, and I felt a lot of tension within me, and I was getting stressed and anxious and just having a really difficult time being in school because I just knew that it was wrong. It was like mentally I had already checked out of school. In hearing these words from my friend that I don't need the approval of anyone, that was it. That was the go-ahead for me to actually pursue what I wanted. So I dropped out of school. The way my school was working, it was quarterly, so I didn't have semesters. So I dropped out after the next quarter, which was at the end of September, I got in contact with a farm called Kanikiki, which was 100% raw vegan fruit farm, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. I heard about it from my friend who I met at the fruit festival, a different friend. I was all set up to do an internship with them for 6 weeks. That was it. I went home from the fruit festival in Georgia and I started selling everything. I was not financially abundant. Kanikiki was another missing link that I found, and as soon as I found it, I knew that I had to pursue that. What I mean by this is I was so hesitant to drop out of school for such a long time because I didn't have the financial backing in order to feel really comfortable with that decision. I had kind of thought of a bunch of other ideas, like I would quit school and then start waitressing or be a bartender. After thinking about that logically, I realized I would be doing that for the same amount of time that I would be in school. Nothing was really making sense, and all I wanted to do was pursue raw alignment. As soon as I found out about Kanikiki, I realized I could work a couple of hours a day there on the farm in exchange for living there. So I didn't need to pay rent or anything like that. And I even got 50% of my food provided for by the farm, which was really awesome. I started selling everything just because I didn't need it anymore. I was about to go live in a hut on this farm, and I sold my bed, kitchen table, couch, a bunch of things. I took my car with everything else that I had left, like warmer weather clothing and a couple of decorations, and I drove that up all the way up the East Coast to my parents' house, and I left the car there. I unpacked it all. I asked my parents if they would try and sell that car for me. Thankfully, even though my parents weren't really that supportive of my decision to drop out of school, they were open to finding a new owner for my car. So I was really, really appreciative for that, because if it wasn't for that, I don't know how things would have turned out. Long story short, I got to Kanikiki. I stayed there for 6 or 8 weeks, and then with the money that I got from my car being sold, I bought a van to live in because I wanted more freedom. I wanted to travel around the island, so I did that for a couple of months. Those were financially some of the hardest months of my entire life. I really didn't have a huge income at that point in time. I had just finally started to get paid from YouTube. My friend at Kanikiki showed me how to monetize videos, and I hadn't been doing that for the whole first year of my channel, so everything was so new to me, and I was just learning as I went. I just believed in myself. I knew that everything was going to be okay. I felt really positive about everything. Like if anything happened that was an obstacle or a barrier or a struggle, I just looked for the positive in that situation. I looked for a learning experience, like what can I learn from this? Wow, this is really difficult right now. How is this gonna benefit me in the future? And I just did my best to be grateful for everything during that journey. I didn't really feel too good living in the van long term. I didn't have great Wi-Fi because I had to go to coffee shops in order to upload videos, and it took hours and hours, and life was a struggle for those few months. But I started to coach a couple of more clients and make a little bit more YouTube income, and that was what was getting me through those months. Then I started working at a vegan cafe just 2 days a week. That was really fun, and that allowed me to get into a temporary apartment. It kind of just started picking up from there. I really got clear on what I wanted. I started visualizing, like, okay, I'm gonna move out of the van. What type of home do I wanna move into? What type of roommate experience do I wanna have? I pictured a home with like a lot of white in the home, not a very dark home, but just like a lot of white surfaces and like a lot of light coming in. That is what I found on Kona side of the island. I moved into a place where the counters were white, the floors were white, everything was really bright and beautiful. I stayed there temporarily, and I just kept visualizing, what do I want to cultivate in my life? Who do I want to be living with? Who do I want to be spending my time with? And what parts of the island do I want to see? Another huge pivotal point in my life was actually before I moved out of the van. I read this book called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, and it shifted everything for me. It really woke me up on where my relationship was with money and how that was holding me back. As I got more clear with that, I decided to set a couple intentions for myself for 2016, which is crazy that it's now coming to an end. 2 of those intentions were saying these affirmations: I am worthy of living in abundance, and an abundance of money makes life easier and more fun. And I said those 2 things every single day, and I still say them from time to time. And I really believe that those helped me acquire everything that I've acquired in the past couple of months. I just said those regularly, and I really tried to believe them, even though in the beginning it felt false, it felt wrong, because my beliefs with money were so different from those two affirmations for so long. I just changed the way that I thought about it, and I really believe that that helped me attract abundance of all sorts into my life, not just financial abundance, but also abundance of community, abundance of love and support and sunshine and all of these other things. So I said those two affirmations very often, and I wrote them down, and I focused on them, and I really tried to think big, think even bigger than I had thought before. I believe that everything that's happened during 2016 is a result of me shifting those beliefs around abundance, around finances. So after living in that temporary home on the other side of the island, I ended up moving in with my friend Megan here in Hilo, and that was this past summer. We lived together for 2 months, and that was really, really fun. It was fun to have a girlfriend on the island, because I was really mostly just hanging out with Addison, and on Kona's side I didn't really make too many close friends. It was nice to feel a sense of community, and that was something that I was trying to attract into my life as well. Then from there I did some traveling in England and went to the fruit festivals. I came back, and yeah, everything just continued picking up, and I started learning more and being more open-minded about learning different things in regards to entrepreneurship and having an online business. Before I set that intention last January, I was very closed off and like just wanted to be sharing videos and making recipes, making ebooks and programs, and I didn't really want to know anything about the other end of having an online business. I didn't want to know about the back end and how to create a website and how to create a program and how to write emails in certain ways, and I didn't want to know about anything. In the past few months, I became more open-minded, and that has been a huge blessing and has just helped everything continue picking up and moving to where I really want it to be. I actually set an intention maybe about 6 months ago that I really wanted to live where I'm living right now. I just thought it would be an awesome location because I didn't have a car at the time, and it's right in downtown. It's a beautiful home. I'm actually gonna do a home tour in one of my upcoming videos. It matches all of my expectations, all of the things that I really wanted in a home. This home has. And I set the intention that I wanted to move here, and I remember journaling about it because I was looking through journals recently, and I saw that I wrote like I was trying to manifest this home in Hilo. A couple months back, my friend, my current roommate, asked me if I wanted to move in here because the other roommate, our other friend, was moving out. It just happened, and it all fell into place. I really believe that everything that has happened along this past year has been a result of my thoughts. So when I was struggling and thinking negatively, I would be stagnant and I would be struggling financially or in relationships or health-wise. When I wasn't focusing on the positives and being grateful, I would struggle. And my journey has been up and down over the past year. And when I focus on the benefits, the positive things that I appreciate every step of the way, I attract more of that into my life. It definitely hasn't been all straight up, so I don't want to create that illusion that it has, that I've just like dropped out of school and everything just went straight up, because it has been an interesting journey. Those of you who have been following me for the past year totally know that. So like I said, this definitely hasn't been the most peaceful, wonderfully flowing journey, but I am grateful for every bit of it, grateful for the learning experiences, the tough times and the good times. And I believe that focusing on gratitude and really getting clear on what I want to cultivate more of in my life. Is it more balance? Is it more time with friends? Is it more fresh fruit? Is it more downtime? Is it more creative time? Just like brainstorming that from time to time and getting clear on my vision for the future while also being grateful for this present moment, that is what's up. So I know this video is kind of on the longer side, but I'm glad that I got the chance to share this story with you today. If you are interested in future videos about the law of attraction, manifesting your dreams into reality, self-care, and any of the lessons that were kind of like intertwined in this story that I shared, definitely give this video a thumbs up so that I know you want to see more of these kinds of videos, and comment down below to further share with me what specific types of videos you'd like. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate you being here with me. I hope that wherever you are in your life, you are going to take the time to get clear on what you want to cultivate more of, and perhaps what things you want to clear out of your life. I feel like one of the biggest things that has helped me get to where I am now is picturing my current self and then picturing the ideal version of myself, or my current life and the ideal version of my life, and really focusing and brainstorming and getting clear on what the steps are that I can do to get from where I am now to where I want to be. And I'm gonna leave you with that today. I hope that you will kind of analyze that in your own personal life. Think about where you are now and where you want to be. If you feel like your dream life or your dream self are really far away and crazy and like unimaginable from where you are right now, if you think that getting that is impossible, creating that, cultivating that is impossible, what can you do to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be?